I didn't go to Harvard. I did not go to Harvard. I don't understand this. Let's do this. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. All right. I think I'm picking up. This is 11. 11. There are additional systems of governance that can combat plutocracy, such as, here's their suggested systems of government that can combat this plutocracy. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. There are additional systems of governments that can combat plutocracy, such as, these are their suggestions now after the anti-principles. Reputation-based governance. According greater governance power to those with higher reputational value. A governance system based on status. I didn't go to Harvard. I did not go to Harvard. I don't understand this. I should go to Harvard so I can understand this better. Reputation-based governance. According greater governance power to those with higher reputational value. Yikes. Yikesy McYikeserson. I'm not going to curse. I'm done cursing. Delegation. Enabling community members to nominate others to vote on their behalf. A representative government? Wait a minute. Enabling community members to nominate others. I'm going to vote for you to be my representative. All right. Pod subDAOs. Smaller groups within an organization whose scope of governance can be constrained to their missions. Smaller groups within an organization, smaller groups within the group, whose scope of governance, what they govern, a smaller group within a group that governs can be constrained to their missions. This is poorly said. But a smaller group within the group that has the ability to govern that micro community based on the objectives of the community. What is the purpose of this subgroup? And to achieve that purpose, we will create governance within the subgroup whose objective it is to see that we achieve these goals. And an example of a project purposely diversifying its member base is Mirror's airdrop of the right token. Mirror airdropped this token, which is needed to register a custom subdomain on the platform and in the future to participate in governance. Okay. You get a token so that you can create a domain on the platform, an address on the platform, in the future to participate in governance. So the people who can participate in the people that are participating in the society, okay. To broaden the base of users who would be able to influence governance, here we go, tokens were distributed according to an algorithm, here we go, designed to maximize diverse social clusters. Maximize the algorithm and the way in which governance is going to be done through tokenization is going to be based on a selection process of an algorithm designed to maximize diverse social clusters. Maximize diverse social clusters. Click Run Program. This algorithm should be interesting. According to Mirror, this airdrop, the method of distribution, further democratizes the selection process and broadens the criteria for entry. The expansion of the mirror community will be determined by those who have been the most integral in shaping it thus far. It is just 100% a subjective way in which to reward participants, giving them governance over the society, the group, the domain, the subgroup, based on, and then you try to use this algorithm like to make it as though it's objective and scientific and has any sense of objectivity whatsoever. But it is a 100 complete governance of society by a process that solves for to maximize diverse social clusters. Diverse social clusters. The whole thing devolves into pressure group warfare to control the government. That's what it all devolves into. Despite your obfuscation and your language and your just lack of clear thoughts, as word is salading all around it. That's where this road leads, Neo. That's where the road leads, Neo. To pressure group warfare of subgroups within the larger group fighting for influence to control and then redistribute the wealth of others based on their thought experiments out of ignorance of reality. Willfully. That's where that road leads, Neo. Beyond the importance of having a voice, and that is the ability to change a system from within through government. Participants also need a viable path to exit. You walk out. Web 2 platforms, here we go. God damn it. Web 2 platforms coerce user loyalty through network effects and closed data. And exiting a platform leaves creators without access to their audience or content. Coerce. It's free to use. The platform is free for you to use. How are you being coerced? Are they putting a gun to your head and making you do it? Web 2 platforms coerce user loyalty through network effects. That's coercive. And closed data. That's coercive. It's a free-to-use platform. And exiting a platform leaves creators without access to their audience or content. Get to know your audience. Bring them, they will follow you. If it's your audience will follow you. Or else they're not your audience. If they won't follow you to hear what you have to say, then they don't really care what you have to say. Reward participation, not just capital. A core philosophical tenet of Web3 is that there are more ways to provide value to an ecosystem than through capital. And furthermore, that value should be able to be earned. Yeah. Not just purchased. Not just purchased. Is that what you think capital is? Not just purchased. Not just purchased. Is that what you think capital is? Is that what capital is? Is that capital? Capital is capital for something. Capital is not, you can't steal the concept of capital. It's just capital. Capital is capital for something. Capital isn't just not just purchased. No, you're purchasing into the entity, so the entity now has funds to then do all the things that need to get done. Without capital, with just sweat equity, capital is leverage. So the very people that create the leverage for the platforms to become platforms are the ones that you're vilifying here, in this idea that not just purchase your way in. It's the people that use it that matter. Well, no one's going to use it if it doesn't exist. And the only way it exists if people create it and then have the leverage to trade with others, value to build it through leverage. Capital buys you time of other people to work on a common shared objective. That's what your venture capital. Venture capital. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot in this garage. It's buffering.